Yes, and we are on. Connection is fairly good. Great. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday and happy Saturday to a lot of you as well. Thank you for tuning in to, we're wrapping up with International Coaching Week, and a lot of people didn't even know that existed. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, coaches was like, oh, we have something to honor us. So we will be honoring some of our coaches as we, wrap up International Coaching Week with the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. So those of you who are jumping in, I ask that you share this out because a lot of people are really kind of unfamiliar still. They still kind of have that itch of what is life coaching, what do we do? Why does our profession that's unregulated, why it even exists? Why is it, worth over a $2 billion industry? Why do we have so many rich and famous people, that's also in this profession and they're proud to say that they're coaches. So I want people to know that that life coaching is a lifestyle, and and you will hear that from a lot of the coaches that we have here from various places, and you'll get to meet them shortly. So make sure you share this out, and coaches, make sure you share it out too on your page. So you can either go to the to my main page and share it out, or you can share it from Global Coach Entrepreneur and share it from there. So y'all have it so you can share it as well. So other than that, let's just spend a minute because y'all know that we are very, very people oriented. So let us know if you're tuning in. Okay, there's Coach Stacy from San Antonio. I think Coach Stacy has migrated to San Antonio now, and she is one of our trauma nurses. So Coach Stacy is a trauma nurse, and so hey, she's on here. So if you're tuning in from whichever platform, just say hello. Y'all know how important that is for me. When you enter into a room, regardless of if it's virtual or if it's a physical room, you should always want people to know that your presence is there, right? So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and then I'll come back and kind of introduce myself. But I want all the coaches just to kind of speak so you can feel their energy because we get ready to raise the roof with like a really high vibration, and we just want you to be able to feel it and celebrate because we have coaches that are jumping on. So this is a celebration of you two coaches who couldn't be here with us on today. This is International Coaching Week. Okay, so who wants to share some of this energy and say hello? Whoever, go.
I'll go first. Hello, everyone tuning in. Good morning to those in the Philippines. Hello to everyone that is stateside. I am Coach Tamasha, and I am your coach of truth, your truth and alignment coach. And what that means is I help you activate your holistic awareness, step into alignment, and become accountable so that you can manifest as your authentic self. I was certified through the Global Institute of Life Coaches and Entrepreneurs in 2019 in person. In Dallas, Texas, and I was certified again that same year. And I've gone through the apprentice program, I've gone through the boot camp, and I have just been steadily growing with this tribe. And I'm super excited to be here. So, hey, y'all.
All right, guys. So my name is Desiree Stapleton. I am a master coach, and I help Gen Z and millennial women that have been through trauma. I teach them how to rediscover their voice and how to honor themselves and really start living like that they actually want to live. Because sometimes when you face traumas, you have this narrative about what life looks like and what it's supposed to look like for you because of what you've been through. And sometimes that's not always in alignment with what you're actually called to do. So I help you navigate that. Um, I have been in this profession for a while, but I just started my own practice doing it myself. So I'm excited about that. Um, and yeah, excited to be here. I'm excited to have this chat. Yes.
All right. Hello,
Okay.
everyone tuning in. I am Coach Claire, and I'm proudly from Leyte, Philippines. I, I'm a life and mental health coach and duly certified by Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, Texas, USA. And I'm so proud to grow with these best life coaches in the world. So I'm a purpose cultivator. What that means is that I am helping out, assisting people to get to know and to free them up from the imprisonment of the past. Because some people just
Yes.
want to stay where they failed and where they got where they commit mistakes. So we are not born perfect. Nobody is perfect. We sometimes screw up. So we just have to learn from that and move on and live a very purposive life. Yes. Thanks, Coach Desiree.
All right. I'm Coach Mel. Hello, everyone. Good evening to all viewers in the US and worldwide, and good morning from the Philippines. I'm Coach Mel, and I teach life skills specifically to students because I've been connecting with a lot of them. Very challenging these days, especially the online studies they are going through right now. So, aside from that, I am also a coach helping women, calling out women out there to see and own their worth as a person. So, I've been talking to a lot of women. Most often than not, they are gaslighted. They're going
Mm.
through a lot of gaslighting. Master coach, yes. They're single. I have one client who is married, gaslighted. So I'm really nurturing self worth in women. So that's all for now. Let's go. Let's do this, Master Coach.
I love it. She was like, let's go. Man, just to hear just the various platforms that we all serve on. I mean, no one was the same, right? No one was the same because really, life coaching comes. It really comes from our own personal and individual gifts, right? So it's that gift that we have that we give to the world, and that's the reason why there needs to be a life coach in every household. There needs to be a life coach in every country. There needs to be a life coach in every city, every state, every community, because we all have something so pure and so beautiful to offer to the world. So we have people that are jumping in now, and I can't see everyone because for some reason it's only recognizing some people's names, but it looks like Master Coach Mike is on here because I know that little unicorn from anywhere. Okay. So I see his little unicorn hashtag, and there are some other people here. So if you are like commenting, go ahead and put your name also in the comments because we can't see. It just says Facebook user, so we can't see you. But now that we have people tuning in and others are sharing this out, if you've never heard this, I don't know what type of voice I have. Sometimes it's sultry, sometimes it's commanding, sometimes it's kind of sweet, and then kind of firm on the other end too. I have all these different tones that I project. But in my world, they call me Master Coach Lakendra Smalley, and I am the founder and CEO of the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, where we certify, train, and develop coaches, really teaching them how to monetize and maximize in their gifts and their talents, in their desires of just becoming the best authentic version of themselves. And I think that's where we are a little bit different, right? Because y'all know I really want excellence from all of you, and I want you not to be in this profession because, you know, it's really about the dollar, because we know that money will generate, right? Because, you know, it's attractional and it's forever flowing. You know, it's very recyclable. It leaves, it comes, it leaves, it comes, it goes, right? And comes back to us. So this is really not the reason that we really come into this profession. I think we all are so profoundly like embedded with wanting the world to be a better place in our own way, right? Like we all kind of want the world to be a better place, and not only the world, but we've all been in like a position where, you know, most of us have several degrees. Most of us have, you know, many years on, you know, in specific careers where we become a master of, you know, a lot of genres of professionalism. But we know that, you know, the lack in personal development really is where we all kind of struggle, right? And so as adults, you know, we finally come to this realization that we got to become better. We individually have to become better. So this conversation, everybody that's tuning in, we will be having this conversation on today with several coaches, which you have already met, and then on Sunday, which is also Monday, in the Philippines, that's going to be a really enlightening panel because it's mostly men, right? It's like our male coaches. So you're going to be hearing like, why did we really come into this profession? Why is it so important for us to make our voices heard? And so you can meet true life coaches. No, we're not business coaches. No, we're not, you know, on that side. We are all here helping other people's lives become what they desire it to be. So those are the type of coaches we are. So this is not going to be a conversation of answers that you want to hear. This is going to be a conversation with answers that you need to hear, right? So it's just a difference. We're very authentic. We're very transparent, and I think that's the reason why life coaching is such a recession-proof business, because we just keep it real, y'all. Like there's no smoke and mirrors, there's no gaslighting, like Coach Melissa said, and I'm sure she'll be back. I know that in the Philippines as well, and some provinces or whatever, they are on a power outage from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., which I think is like blow my head up type of thing, because I can't even imagine going through that. But so let's dive into it, because I really want you to get to know these coaches. And we're going to start with, so Coach Tamasha, since you kind of started off, right? Let's start off with a fun question. And do you have any tattoos?
I thought my mouth about to open, and then I realized I was on mute.
Do life coaches have tattoos?
Well, I can't wait till I go.
Life coaches have tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. I was looking at my one and only tattoo just yesterday. It's on my arm. I got it when I was 19. It says T, and it has 2 cherries, but my cherries are not red anymore. They're brown.
That is so funny. So why did you get that? Like what? So at 19, were you conscious, or were you like just going with the flow because everybody was getting tattoos?
So a friend of mine that I used to work with, Brandy, she was completely tatted up as we call it. And she's like, yeah, it's time for a new tattoo. And I'm like, oh, I want one. I did not have anything meaningful in my mind. I felt like I then created a meaning out of it. My grandmother's name is Tikora, and everyone called her T. And so it was kind of like a tribute to her, of me, you know, carrying on this legacy, you know, of womanhood. So the cherries have nothing to do with my granny. kind of like a sweetness, you know, we try to tie that into the meaning of it. So yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Who else on here has tattoos they wanna talk about? Life coaches with tattoos. That's tatted up. Okay. Master Coach Desiree.
So I have a couple. Here's two. I have 11, and the first one I got.
Wow.
I know she's spicy, isn't she? So the first one I got was I think like 18 or 19, something like that, and it's a cross on my shoulder because sister girl was going through it, and I had suicidal ideation. Things were going great with fam, and I knew I was supposed to be this great thing. Like I know I'm supposed to birth something great, but it's just like my surroundings and the people that I was around, like it wasn't adding up in these situations that were happening around me. It just didn't make sense. And so I got that across as a way to kind of like stay afloat and try to pull myself out. And I have 3 crosses. Each time I got a cross was each time I had suicidal ideation, and I did not go through with it. So
That is so meaningful. Coach Tamasha, I mean, I don't know. I don't know which story is meaningful. That was like really, really meaningful, right? So I have 2 tattoos. So I have the emerging butterfly on my back. It's about this big. It's big, right? It's in the center of my back. And I got that because it was my transformation period. So I was very conscious when I got that. Like I knew exactly what the butterfly resembled and all of that good stuff. But the one that's on my thigh, I was like, if I could remove it and go through the pain of removing it, I would, but I don't want to go through the pain. So sometimes it scares me because I forget it is there. And it's a tiger that I won in a bet. So people were like, look, Kendra, you ain't gonna get no tattoos. A group of us that went, we were in Houston, and the guy who was doing the tats was the guy who had did a couple of Tupac's. So it was like, that was meaningful to get a tattoo done. And he freestyled it, and he was just like, you know what? You have a tiger spirit, and that's what I'm going to give you. So I had this big ass tiger like on my thigh, but I was not conscious of that, and I was just like, but you gave her a teddy bear and you gave her a set of cherries, and why I gotta have a tiger? Maybe because my thigh was longer. He could really do some work, right? He could really do some work. I don't know. So anyway, so those are my 2. So those are my 2. So thank you for that fun. I knew that threw y'all off because y'all did not know that it was coming. And I know Coach Claire and Coach Mel is trying to get back on. So whenever they jump back in, we can get back to them. So let's go to the next, like a more serious type of question, right? What is your favorite quote to leave to the world? Like, what quote would you leave to the world? I want to take that. I'm going to ask that right now. I know people normally ask it at the end, but I just feel like people need it right now. So what quote or affirmation or mantra is your favorite quote that you can share with the audience?
I'd say that mine that you have everything it takes to live the life that you envision. Despite whatever you've been through, your circumstances, your surroundings, the BS, all that, it does not matter. What matters is what you got in here and the vision you got, and you got what it takes. Just surround yourself with people that can help you make it happen.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Affirmation.
Yeah, it is. It is. Wow. Mine comes from one of my favorite children's book called The Velveteen Rabbit. And it's a great story, you guys. But one of the quotes, and it's not verbatim, but it all kind of ties in together. But it says, real isn't how you are made. It's a thing that happens to you.
Mm.
And that means so much because in the story, it was about a stuffed animal who wanted to know if he was real. And he went through this process of becoming real because the child affirmed that he was, even though he was still a
Mm.
stuffed animal. But amazing story, and it has so much truth in it that you know you are and can be made real and whole. So
My
I
eyes are
love.
watering. Do you see it? My eyes are watering.
I saw all of the water in your eyes. I just
Thank
did.
you.
I
My inner
did.
child. My inner child.
See y'all. This is live, like right now, and we're goofballs like this all the time.
yeah.
Coach Claire, do you have?
Yes, I'm
Do
so
you have?
sorry. I think I missed that, Coach Tamasha.
It's okay. It's okay. Do you have any tattoos, Coach Claire?
I was actually thinking about it for like some time already, but now that we are on this discussion, I think I will finally have one soon.
Oh, join the club, girl. It is painful. I'm telling
Yes, I'll
you.
be one of you.
It
Spicy.
is a painful
Spicy.
experience. I don't care what they say. It is a painful experience.
Yeah.
Says the woman with 11 who doesn't know pain. Okay, so Coach Claire, the question that we're on right now is your favorite quote or mantra or affirmation to leave to our beautiful listeners that are listening.
Oh, I have something which I live on. It's like we only have one life, but once is enough. So let's live it passionately. When I say passionate, that means we just have to live it purposely, the way we want it to, not because others is expecting us to live it.
Hmm.
We have one life, and we must own it, and
Mm,
that will be enough.
mm,
Yes.
that is so good. Like we being coached. If you don't know what's happening right now, those of you who are listening, like you're just really being coached right now, right? Because coaching is just really powerful. Like we ask powerful questions, and we always allow people to go into a level of reflection, so you can start thinking deeply about the meaning of your life and the purpose of why it's so important for you to keep evolving and keep changing, like changing the programming, like challenging your daily programming that's not keeping you from being your best self. And even though you're at a very good, because don't get me wrong, everybody don't live just like in this great, you know extreme of suffering. Some people are very comfortable, but in order to truly have that enlightenment where you keep learning something new about yourself so you don't get stale. Like my mama used to say, Lakendra, humans can get stale. And I'm like, Mother, what does that mean? But I know what it means now, which is the reason why she was always into something, because the more you challenge your original perspective, it allows you to expand and expand and expand. And so I know that like these affirmations that y'all are giving today, I'm even in reflection on them too. So this is like really, really great. Thank you, Coach Mel. You look like a woman with 20 tattoos. How many do you have?
20 tattoos? I don't have even one. I'm
Exactly.
afraid of needles. I'm afraid of needles, Master Coach.
Okay. That was a big joke because Coach Mel does not look like she has any tattoos. Okay. So, Coach Mel, what is your favorite quote or your favorite mantra that you want to leave to all of the listeners that are tuning in?
My mantra, personal mantra is unless you change your mindset, you cannot change anything in your life.
Mm.
And I really, really experienced that because my brain is before it's really working against me. That's why I really understand how important to change or reset our mindset. That's how I believe. That's what I believe on, Mr. Master Coach.
And Coach Mel, you said something that was like really great. You said because like you were there, like you was in a position where you were being challenged with your mindset. How did you know? Like, when did you discover that you were not in such a good place, like a good place where you knew you needed to challenge your current mindset?
Uh, when I'm being mindful, Master Coach, and I learned how to be mindful when I became a life coach.
Mm,
Self awareness really helps us to know where we are,
mhm,
how do we really feel. And personally, I no longer deny what I feel. I deal with it. I really ponder a lot
mhm.
just to understand where am I at and what do I want to do.
Mm. That's really good, and it's good for our listeners to also hear what you just said, because when it's time to grow. Like, we all know, we all go through that experience where we're like, I'm no longer in a good space. Like, this space is no longer deserving of me, or these people are no longer deserving of me, or this experience is no longer deserving of me. It is just the awareness that you want to live in to make the change, right?
Yes, yes,
And
Master
that's the
Coach. I
hardest.
agree.
Oh my God, that is the hardest thing to know, when it's time to journey on to something else and you have to leave some things, and that's the reason why I think a lot of us stay in kind of like the turmoil. What do y'all think about that? Because all of you kind of coach, you have your clients. What is like the breaking point for when you sit down and you talk to a client that made them pick up a phone and find you? What is that aha moment that they finally discovered and they're like, I need help?
For me, it's the I don't want to curse, but it's the I'm sick of this moment. It's
Mhm. Cursing
like
is
when
it's just like language. It's just like regular language in this world.
oh, okay, great. So it's I'm sick of this shit. Like I cannot. Like this is the last time, and I think I speak for people that have experienced traumas because that's my niche. And so people that have experienced traumas and boundaries that were violated and things like that, it's your tolerance for pain is higher than most people. And so for normal, I don't want to say normal people, but for people that haven't experienced as much, they would be like, I would have been left that situation. But you, it's sometimes a I've been through worse, and so at least it's not that, or at least it's not that. And when people come to me when it's a I don't like if I keep going, I'm not gonna make it. If I keep going this way, it's just I'm not gonna make it. And I want better. I want to feel better. I want to be around better. I just my surroundings and the people that I have around me, it's hard to stay on the path because when I try to, I get sucked back in because everything else is still the same. And so they reach out so that they can have that accountability part and they be like, no, 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 you got this, you
Hmm.
got this. So that's
Okay,
mine.
yeah, I'm digging that too. I totally relate to that. Anybody else? Like, what brings your clients to you?
I would definitely say I'm dealing with a younger client now, and it's just understanding that, you know, the future is tomorrow, literally, right? Like, it's time to get things done. And it's not even about understanding how, but just knowing that there is an assignment to be done and it has to be done. And that was kind of even my breakthrough with getting into life coaching. It's like, I know I have purpose. I know that I need to do something and I really don't know what it is, but I know that I have to make a move. And I think a
Mhm.
lot of people get to a place where it's like, I have to make a move and I don't know what direction is going to lead me to what, but I'm willing to do it. And it's really gratifying because I feel like when you get to that place mentally, you can't go wrong, right? It it just is what it is. So that's the great part about being a life coach, but also going through that process of discovery as well.
That's really, really good. What about you, Coach Miller, Coach Claire? Like, what is that breaking point or that defining point where a client reaches out to you and say, I really need help?
Oh, in my case, master coach is the change they want in their lives
Mm-hmm.
because of the many painful experiences in their childhood. They cannot really move forward, and they are not that too trusting in people.
Mm-hmm.
So relationship is poor, self doubt is very high,
Mm.
and so they decided to reach out to me and told me I want change and I want to be happy.
Mm.
Change and happiness. That's what they want.
Boom, just poof. That's it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes. Change and happiness. For me, acceptance is the word. Once
Mm.
someone approaches as life coaches, there's the acceptance that they realize that there's something wrong with them, and that there's, they want something change. There is that vision, and they have accepted that. Because for me, we need to accept that we don't always make the right decisions. I mean, come on, who never screw up, right? We do.
Ooh.
Yes, we commit mistakes, we screw up, we make the wrong decisions, and sometimes it is understanding these failures and learning from them which makes us a better person.
Yeah,
And acceptance is the start of it all.
that is so good. So, those of you who are not coaches and you're tuning in, or those of you who are coaches and you still haven't had your first client, this is going to be the defining moment where, because you're showing up and they're hearing that, what you have to offer, to help save their life. So that's mine. Most people who come to me, they want to save their own life. It's like, how do I pull myself out? And most people I coach are successful people, right? So it's like, I have the money, I have a family, but I'm still so miserable. So
Yes.
how do I save my own life, right? So I don't leave this world with all of these things that I have accomplished. Like, I have this great job and I've gone through schooling, but I don't want to be here anymore. And this is my first time I get to speak it out loud, right? I feel safe with speaking it with you. I've heard about you, and I know that when I come and sit in your chair, I have to be ready to be coached, right? So that is really my defining moment. I think my clients are the clients where they have worn all the masks that they could possibly wear. They're tired of faking the funk. They're tired of the smoke and mirrors, and they
Hmm.
just want to be authentically themselves,
Right.
right? So
Exactly.
if that's leaving a career that they've been in for 30 freaking years to finally just discover life, then that's what they do. If it's like a doctor who now wants to become a artist, a painter, that's what, and I just really help facilitate that, to make that change, because at the end of the day, no one can save your life. No one is
Mm.
responsible for it but you. You are
Right.
responsible for your own personal growth. No one owes us anything, anything. And so that brings me to this question. Y'all are doing so well, by the way. Happy International Coaching Week for all the coaches who are tuning in. Keep our numbers up, share this out, invite one of your coaching besties on. It's Saturday morning there in the Philippines. So y'all should be up, like drinking coffee or cooking breakfast, or doing something with the kids or reading. So just come on in the room, stay with us. And those of you who are in the United States, it's either 7:51 or 8:51 or 5:51, right? We have all of these different times, all these different time zones here, which is so crazy. So this is still this is happy hour time. So get you a cocktail and just come, listen to this like it's a podcast or something, right? You can still be moving around, but stay here in the room with us. So this is a good one, y'all. What part of the body do you heal? What part of the human body do you heal based off of what type of coach you are and the services that you offer?
I got mine. Okay, I'm ready.
Coach Mel, you're frozen, Coach Mel. Just by the way, I think you're frozen in case you hear us.
Okay, so I was like, what do I heal? And I know I heal the inner child, and I was like, where does the inner child live? In your soul. They live in your soul. I'm a soul healer. That's what I do.
I love that. So you heal the soul. So if I was experiencing something and I came and sat in your chair or on your couch or whatever, that's where my healing going to take place.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah. That is amazing, honey. I love that.
Because that's where your purpose lives. For me, that's what I think. I think everything that you feel like you can be and that you can have, I feel like it lives there and it manifests in your mind and all that kind of stuff. And so if I can get there, good. You just gotta get there.
What other profession can you go to and they heal your soul? Child, it does not happen anywhere but in life coaching. Do you hear me? Love it. Okay. Who's up next? What body part do you heal?
I'll go. So with me being the alignment coach, I feel like I heal the back, right?
Wow.
Right? We go to the chiropractor, we go get massages when that tension is in our back. And so, we carry stress in our back. You hunch your shoulders up and it will cause pain all throughout the upper and middle of your back. The muscles in our back affect our flexibility. They affect our posture. And so when I teach on authenticity, it relates to straightening your back, holding your head high, and really correcting your poise so that you can be your best self. So you got to have that back in alignment. So mine is the back.
Where do y'all come from? Like, you better come through and straighten your posture. Okay?
Yes, I was just doing that.
She just touched my soul.
Thanks for that, Coach Tasha.
She just touched my baby. My back is straight for the rest of the interview. Okay.
Let me.
Right.
Look how you just coached the master coach to get right, girl.
The posture. It's all in the posture.
Everybody needs somebody. Listen.
Everybody.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, Coach Claire, like y'all coming with.
This is getting interesting. So I have touched my soul with Master Coach Desiree, and I have straightened my back with Coach Shanasha. So now for me, it's the heart. Oh, I can hear your heart beating, no?
Oh, it's beating. It is beating.
Yes. So yeah, having had a lot of heartaches, it made me a stronger woman. So for me, I want to heal and touch with the heart. Heal the heart, teach with the heart, and be with your heart. It matters. Okay? Everything is from that part of our body. You just have to love yourself first, listen to your heart, and if it's going to the wrong direction, go and grab it and lead the right way.
Shocking.
Be with your heart. Take care of your heart. Grab it if it's somebody else's.
I'm all with you on that, Coach Claire, because they call me the heart expert, And
Yes.
everything that I do is centered around the heart. I lost my mother to heart disease, right? Because
Mm.
the heart will weaken and it will stop. Okay. So without the heart, without the appreciation of it, without the enduring, like the pain that we experience, that's not truly medical, but it's just a suffering that we bring onto ourselves.
Yes.
It's gonna always come back to that heart. That it's gonna stress. It causes stress, and then other things affects it once we allow too much stress to
Exactly.
encompass the heart. And so I will say that when you have these heart experts like Coach Claire and I, and you don't want to hold on to that stress, then this is like going to see a coach is so ideal just for heart health, right? Just for heart health, trying to keep that heart healthy. And then, because the soul will be like, with Master Coach up here, the soul will be like, okay, so we just gonna keep mistreating the heart, huh? Because the soul will go on ahead to take us out, right? The soul will go ahead and take us out, where we can't even save, the heart anymore in this posture of how you show up in the world. With Coach Tamasha said you got to be authentic with how you
Yeah.
want to show up, and no longer slumped over, hiding in the shadows, and living in fear, but straighten up that back and get it together, right? Okay, so Coach Mel is still struggling, but we're sending you all this good vibrations, Coach Mel. So whenever you come,
Yes.
we want to hear your answers, but we're going to move on to the next question. So the next question is, what's your feel good song? And give me an insert. Give me an insert to inspire everyone that's listening. And everybody that's listening, listen. Keep inviting your coaching besties, your conscious thought leaders that that will really enjoy just positive conversations about life, because that's what we are. We're life coaches in celebration of International Coaching Week here in the United States and all around the world. So we are so excited to be here just in celebration of one another. So you can just kind of learn about who life coaches are, why do we call ourselves life coaches, and just to see that we're regular human beings. Like, we are just the girl next door, but we saving lives. Okay, so that's just the only difference. We live in this life with purpose and with passion. So who got their song?
I have my song.
Okay, what you got?
Go, coach.
It's my favorite song that I use in all these exercises when they ask me about my song, which is Maze and Frankie Beverly, Happy Feelings.
Happy feeling, yeah.
So that is my
Oh, that
song.
was so good. Okay.
The one of the verses says, I've seen the light. I've watched them shine down on me. So I'm going to spread my wings. I'm going to tell all that I can see. These happy feelings, feel that happy feelings. I spread them all over the world from deep in my soul. And that's my song, y'all. I grew up on that
Yeah.
song. I love Maze and Frankie Beverly, and it's just songs with substance, and that song has always just penetrated my soul.
Love,
Always.
love it. Okay. Who's next?
You muted,
If they say
coach.
something, you're muted.
Because she over there really jamming. She over there
Just
really
going
jamming.
at it.
Yeah. No, I'm just so excited to share my song.
Go
For me, it's
ahead.
my fight song. Yes, by Rachel Platten. But I'm not gifted to sing, so I'll just share some lines with you. Yeah, the thing that hits me most is the chorus, which is like, "This is my fight song Take Back My Life song. Prove I'm all right song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. Yes.
And what song is that?
Mm.
Fight song.
Fight song. And who is that by?
It's a fight song by Rachel Platten.
Okay.
This is my fight song.
Hey,
That's it.
okay,
That's all
good.
that I can
Oh,
share.
And that's all you're gonna get.
I was ready to do karaoke. I was ready, bro. I had it for you.
Oh, come
Love,
on,
love,
Joy.
love, love it.
I was so
Yeah.
ready. I was excited.
Okay, maybe Desiree can sing hers out.
Yes. You should. You should.
Go,
I'm
go,
just
go.
gonna do one time. This is how you do me. So mine is Dose by Sierra. One I like that song because like in high school when it's like marching band stuff, and who are the dancing people like up in the stands?
The Major X.
Yes, I always wanted to be one of them, like the one that's in the front that does the moves first, and then everybody else follows suit.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
so she so she does that in the music video. But anyways, the lyrics are, I'm a groundbreaker woman. I get loud when I wanna. Um, oh, push me down, I'll go harder. Promise I know what you like. Promise other stuff. I forgot because I'm on the spot. I was gonna sit it, but then I was like, no. So you got the gist.
Yes, we got the gist of it. Love it, love it, love it. Do we have that song? So, do we have that on our playlist?
Yes.
Okay, so it is on a
Mhm.
playlist. Okay, great, great. Coach Mel, are you safe to speak?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay,
Can you
great.
hear me?
Yes, 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 yes. We can hear you. So you
Okay.
are one full question behind.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get you caught up. So the last question we talked about was what part of the body do you heal?
I want to really heal the brain, the mindset.
Okay.
Yes, because I sometimes feel that I have that self doubt still. So I'm working on a mindset changing, a mindset reset, or something like that. It's not easy to win over your self-limiting beliefs, but it's worth the fight. It's worth the fight.
I love that. And I just
Yeah,
love that we unconnected the whole body, child. We ain't got the back, like the back, the foundation for that to be an outer, like everybody talked about something inner, but that back is that posture that really is going to keep us all in alignment from, the brain to the heart to the soul. Like you cannot, y'all, we life coaches. This is the stuff that we heal. Do y'all not understand? Can you go
yeah,
into a tax office? Because everybody, it's tax season and everybody want their coins, but you're not gonna walk out of the tax office with your soul snatched.
It's supposed to be snatched for a different reason.
Right? You're not gonna walk out of the tax office. Now you may walk out of there with a good posture if you get a good return back, but see that don't be helping me. So, Tabasha, but I'm gonna keep my posture intact because, child, when you start reaching different tax brackets, these folks be wanting their money, and I'm like, but it's my money. How do you want my money? You know what I mean? Anyway, okay,
Like, where was you at when I was making it? Huh? Want to
I was
show up
that,
at the end.
that's a whole nother story. Okay, Coach Mel, your next question is what is your feel good song, and then give us an insert from it.
I always love the song "Greatest Love of All." It's an
Mhm.
old song, but it's always I always resonate with that song. I always connect with that song. It's about children, giving them the voice, And the end is self love. I was able to connect that with life coaching when I became a coach. And I was really able to understand the whole lyrics and the importance of, giving children the voice, giving them the opportunity to explain themselves. And then, as we grow old, we should really know how to love ourselves, not the selfish kind of self love, of course. We should always be aware of the right amount of self love because we need that. We cannot love others without really the kind of self love that we give to ourselves. That's it. So, Greatest Love of All will always be an epic song for me.
Yes. Coach Mel, what was the song that we sung with each other for karaoke? You remember what was the song that we sung with one another?
I
No, we were a
forgot.
hot mess, okay?
Yeah, we enjoyed singing together. I forgot that, coach, but
I forgot what
I
song it was. For some reason, I know it wasn't the greatest love of all, but it was one of those high pitched songs. And I thought Coach Mel was gonna hold me down, right? Because I already knew I couldn't sing. So I just
I
knew that I can get up there and look foolish because Coach Mel is gonna hold me down. But y'all,
I
she
remembered you
got my
singing Purple Rain, coach.
back right.
Purple Rain. I love that song. Purple
She
Rain.
did not have my back nor my front. We just both looked a mess. Okay, we just both looked a
She
mess. But
rocks. She rocks.
That
but
is my
what I do know is that Coach Bell will have some fun. So here is my song, and I want y'all to guess what it is. Okay, so my lyrics is everybody stares as she goes by because they can see the flames that's in her eyes. Watch her as
Mm.
she's lighting up the night. Nobody knows that she's a lonely girl and it's a lonely world, but she's going to let her burn, baby.
This girl is on fire.
Oh, I like. Go
Yes,
on, Coach Desiree.
fire. So Girl on Fire is just like my feel good song because a lot of people don't know, like, just because, you run a business and you know a couple of people, it doesn't mean that you don't get lonely sometimes. It doesn't mean that,
Yeah.
your flame, your internal flame isn't challenged and wanna just kind of diminish sometimes. And so when I get into that mode of, oh, woe is me, like I'm just the only person in the world that exists, I don't have anybody to talk to, because the mindset, Coach Mel, like you said, knowing damn well I have people all over this world that I could talk to, but the mindset is so freaking powerful. I can put that song on and get my whole life together and be reminded, right? Be reminded
Yes.
to keep my flame going, because if there's just one person I can help, then I'm not alone, nor are they alone, right? So everybody is everybody has somebody, So I just want everybody to know that those of you who, you feel like it's a feeling of being alone that you feel, everybody has somebody in this world where you don't have to feel alone. It's just like a phone call away, or it could be a stranger. It's just you opening up, your perspective about, meeting people that may not look like you, because sometimes it's like maybe it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone and meet somebody that don't look like you or sound like you, right? I have clients
Yes.
who I have to have a translator just to go get through a session. I have, translators that translate for me, because I have clients who, regardless if they can't speak English or not, they want to go through my services. So no one has to be alone. You don't have to feel like you're in this by yourself. And that's what I love about the coaching community. Like, we really are a tribe. We really are a family. We really are a community. And I'm going to say it in those three areas, and you just figure out where you want to fit in. If you're not touchy feely, stay in the community, right? If you want that tribe, if you truly want to build where people know you, they get to love you and trust you, then you come into the tribe. But if you want something more, you want to like truly get to know people and be allow your legacy to be a part of them, then you come into the family. And we have all three. We really do have all three levels, like in coaching. So I love that. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to conclude because everybody has something to do, somewhere to go, somewhere to be. So last question, ladies. I want you to all talk about your greatest why. I think a lot of people came because they want to know, why did you choose life coaching? So this is the order that I want you to answer this in. I want to know what you do professionally, right? So if you work a full-time job or whatever, let people know what you do professionally or what you did before you took this on full-time, part-time, or whatever. And then why, like what brought you here to saying, I know that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like your greatest why for choosing this profession and, in companionship with everything else that you do in your life. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So, right now I am a stay-at-home mom and I am life coaching full time now. I walked away from corporate America in August of 2019. Yay! Where I have worked in corporate America since I was 19. And I will be 38 this year. So huge milestone. So stay at home mom. I'm now life coaching full time. I am in the process of releasing or coming out with rather my next workshop, Manifesting the Authentic You 2.0, the inner workshop. So we're going to be talking more in depth about being and manifesting your authentic self. In regards to the question, I knew that there were more tools and strategies that would help me develop on the inside, right? Like I've gone to the seminars, I've gone to the conferences, the meetup groups, I've joined the network marketing, I've been around other entrepreneurs, and we hear other people's story, right? And they're like, man, that was so easy. And we hear their struggle, and we don't really understand that our stories are all the same and we can all elevate and push through. And so it was in 2019 where I had already looked at other life coaching programs. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars, guys, right? And I'm like, I know that I can't afford it. But when I did come across the Global Institute for Life Coaches and Entrepreneurs, it wasn't even about the cost. It was about the mission. I remember talking to LaKendra and her just telling me about leading with the heart, about really discovering our core values. And so I knew that I needed that, and I didn't know where it was going to take me, but I know that the learning never stops, the growth never stops. And so I invested in myself. Now being certified, I realize that the growth is continuous. It's been made clear that my purpose is to share my bona fide truth with others, so that you can be your best authentic self, because I've learned the tools and strategies. Who would I be to withhold that from you and withhold that from my clients, right? And so learning about authenticity and operating in authentic love is all about being in alignment and not being in control. Not worrying about the how, but just knowing that everything that is going on, you have to be your best self as you contribute to the purpose in your life. So I'm here, y'all, and I ain't going nowhere.
Yes.
And I so appreciate you, Coach Tamasha, because I know that you're cray to go through the training twice, right? So to just experience that and not just go through the training twice, but continue to self-improve and evolve. Y'all, it is not easy. It is not easy to face yourself every single day. And I'm talking about that program self that you really secretly that don't like anyway, right? And finally admit that you don't like it, and then search for the answers or the antidote to make effective change. It is not easy. I've been doing it for a very long time, to just facing myself and trying to, unprogram so I can just really find my authentic self, like Coach Tamasha trains people on. So, Coach Tamasha, make sure you get in the feed somewhere and put your workshop in there. So even coaches, you can also take other coaches' workshops, because we're all forever pivoting and growing, even within ourselves. So it's not like you have to always, engage with, a master level coach or whatever, because it's something that we all need from one another. And I know that Coach Tamasha's workshop is fire. Okay. So thank you, Coach. Thank you. Okay. Who's up next?
I'll go. Okay. So can you repeat your questions again? Because I want to make sure I answer them specifically.
Oh, and y'all know this ADHD brain. So y'all take you some good notes, because I'm going to try to repeat this one more time for the master chair. Okay. So anyway, so the question is, give them a, background of your professional background, and then what has led you into your greatest why of becoming a certified life coach, and taking on this profession, whether it's full-time or part-time.
Gotcha. Just want to make sure I got it. So, what I was doing before, I've been in case manager roles, mental health technician, like those kinds of roles, and I've been doing that since my college days. And I knew that I wanted to help. I knew I wanted to kind of be the person that I wish I had growing up, because I felt like things wouldn't have taken so long to heal from had I had someone that actually knew what they were doing and what they were talking about. And so I thought that was like a social worker, and then I thought that was a clinical psychologist. And so I was headed towards those paths. And then I got burnt out, and I decided to take a break, and I decided to do like administrative assistant kind of things, because I'm a very choleric person, and I can help people get to where they're trying to go. And so I ended up back in this kind of like helping profession, because I got let go right when COVID started. I got laid off, and there's some other things happening in my life that just did not add up with the person that I knew that I was called to be, and where I was wanting to go. And I had this is like enough is enough moment, and I decided to start building my business. I decided I'm still trying to figure out what it was called. I didn't know that it was life coaching. I was still trying to figure out how to do therapy and like this kind of stuff. And then I came across a good sis in a group, in another group, and I was like, oh, she's a life coach, okay. And I was like, I didn't think anything of it, because if you're not hip to the game, you're thinking, you think life coach, you think, and okay, that's not a real thing. But I started learning more about it, and what life coaching actually is and isn't. And I was like, oh, snap, that's what I wanted. So I got actually certified twice. I got certified from somebody else, and then I found out that she was doing a certification, and I was like, oh, God loves me. So I went and did her certification also. Now I'm like double good. But I really, 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 you guys see me now, and I'm like super bubbly and colorful and all that kind of stuff. But I was not always that. I did struggle with suicidal ideation. I used to self-harm. I've been through some tough things, and I always felt like I had to go through them and like pull myself out by myself. And now that I am in a completely whole, healed, and happy space, I want to be that for other people. And so that's why I started this. That's why I'm super excited. And a lot of growth comes when you decide to fully walk in your purpose. All these opportunities come. So I'm excited. It's a love fest.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love, and hopefully you all heard this. I love that you said, I didn't think life coaching just wasn't like a real thing. Right? So it's like, So many people think that, like, what is
Mhm.
it? So hearing that, is really fulfilling for me because it is a real thing. I've been doing it, for 15 years. The school, the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs have been in existence for 11 years. And so it's very, very real, and it's a really profound profession. So we're so happy that you chose us, Master Coach, and to come from another place, because I want to also ask this since you put it out there. What was the difference between like being certified somewhere else and then coming to the institute? Because we're so unorthodox, like over here.
Um, how can I put this? It's a different experience for sure. You can't. Each are great in their own right, but I felt that I had a more comprehensive experience here. One because it was live. Where I was before, it was like self learn, that kind of thing. And with the Global Institute, it's one on one. It's live. It's everything that you would need to get certified, and so that was the biggest difference for me. And I feel like I've experienced more opportunities since getting certified with you guys. Not even to like front or anything, but because I still didn't necessarily know what life coaching was when I got certified before. I was taught how to do this and how to do that and how to make a business out of it and like that kind of stuff. I didn't get the hard part and how to really help and the difference between therapy and consulting and coaching and all that. So I want to contribute part of my success in some of my recent media to you because they're asking what is life coaching exactly and how are you helping. And before I wouldn't have really been able to answer. So part of me being in New York at least 30 to 30 is because of you. Part of me being an entrepreneur, I think it's Thrive Global and Authority Magazine, they're young change makers for life coaching is you taught me what it was. So
Awesome. So those of you who want to get in some of them publications, coaches on here, Master Coach Desiree offers a workshop on that. And so I'm sure she can drop the link in the comments as well, because once again, all of us have our own authority lane, and we really should all be utilizing one another's authority because we're in the same family where we know, trust, love, respect, or honor each other. So shout out to you, Master Coach Desiree. Thank you so much for joining this $2+ billion profession. Let's make some of this money together. Okay.
let's.
Yes, let's. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Who's next?
Okay, I'll go, Master Coach. I worked in the corporate for more than 2 decades, and the last job I had was sales executive. I worked as a sales executive for 3 years, but during those time, I was already looking for something. Actually, in my younger years, I'm already exposed to many books like written by Stephen Covey, John Maxwell. I'm really into that,
Mm-hmm.
but it helped me a lot. But I don't know what will I do with that.
Mm-hmm.
But as years passed, I'm working, just working for the sake of just earning money. But I question myself often. Before being a sales executive, I was an executive assistant for around 17 years. And I always question myself, I'm not helping other people, but I'm only helping my boss. Just one
Right.
person. What value do I give to others? That's my question
Mm-hmm.
often. And it really bothered me a lot. And my boss was a good mentor, but I wasn't really satisfied. Just, you know, as an EA, you have to please the boss. Make his life as a boss comfortable. all the things that he needs, the reports he needs. I have to bring that on his table. However, I always ask myself, I'm just pleasing him. I'm not really doing something valuable for other people. So that bothered me a lot. And then at 2018, I was able to, encounter or met can I coach Rizel, and and got certified through the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. And really, it's one thing that I would consider the best decision of my life.
Mm.
I thought being a life coach, I will help other people. But actually, I found out that it was I who needs life coaching because I have other issues. Ju- just what I've said earlier, my mindset, my self doubt, is really hindering my growth professionally and personally. So when I became a life coach, I was able to learn to do pondering or meditation. I was really aware of myself. I was able to learn how to manage my emotions because we're good at hiding our emotions, right?
Mm.
We're
Mm.
good at saying that, oh, I'm okay. No, I'm okay. I'm good. Even though something bad really happened to us, what we're good at saying is, no, I'm okay. Thank you very much. But we really inside we are screaming for help.
Dying.
We need help, right? So
Serious.
coaching, yeah, coaching made me vulnerable.
Mm.
I was able to
Blame it
accept
on
that I
coaching.
need help. I was able to accept that I need someone to talk to, sensible way of talking. I'm a happy, jolly person, but I want someone to talk to with sense, dig deeper into our emotions, our thoughts, talk about life in a more sensible way. And being a coach, I was able to I was able to reach to more people, to become more sensible in life, not just living life like, oh, it's okay. The mediocre way of life.
Mm.
Mediocre in the sense, it's just we just accept whatever comes our way, and we are not
Mhm.
thinking that we can do something better, we can do something
Right.
more, not only for ourselves but for other people. So life coaching made me realize that you have to be aware of yourself first. If you want to help other people, you have to ask for help first.
Mm.
So coaching is really making me grow as a person. Whatever it is that I hear outside, whatever it is that I hear, I learn, I'm really good now at pondering about this. I just, before I just hear it, keep it in my heart, but how deep am I using it really? Am I living the kind of life that I want? So asking questions to myself is really a big help. And I really learned about doing that when I became a life coach. So
Mm.
coaching really helps you first as a person. And as a life coach, we have to understand that we need help before we can help other people. That's all,
Mm.
Master Coach. And thank you. Thank you very
Girl,
much.
you done preached the whole sermon.
Listen, I related to what you were saying so much. So much.
Me too. I'm like, oh my gosh. Those are all of my reasons of why I became a coach, right? Thank you so much for that, Coach Mel, because I know that resonated with so many coaches that are listening and people who are going to catch this replay. And before Coach Claire comes on and give her profound, why, if you have not shared this out, it's still time. You still have time to get this shared out because what better way than to share with your audience, your family, your friends, your supporters about what you love so much about this profession? And that's really the gift that each one of us have to offer. Even coaches that, you're on here and you're listening, you should even be doing something like this on your page as well. Like, have these type of conversations so people can understand that it's okay. Like, it's okay to heal. It's okay to get help. It's okay to feel like you don't have it all. It's okay to want to start over. It's okay. And there is a profession out here that is so willing and ready to help, facilitate that new level of growth, that next level of surrender. So you can truly live the life that you can be proud of and leave as a legacy, right? So, Coach Claire.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Talk to
yes.
us.
Okay, yes. All right. I started off with my professional career as a guidance counselor and eventually moved into human resources. So all these years, what I've done, how I spent it was just listening. So from guidance counselor with a degree in psychology, I moved into guidance counseling and then human resources, and it was just doing nothing but listening by heart. And when I finally found life coaching, I decided and I realized that I'm finally home, the place where I want to be, where I want to spend the rest of my life.
Mhm.
Yes, where I want to love, to grow, to live, and at the same time help. So why life coaching? My initial answer to that was actually it's a journey with myself.
Mhm.
Contrary, I mean, it's the other way around with Coach Mel. I just want to be with myself because all the while I've been living for others. I mean,
Mhm.
there's a lot of reasons why I have to live. I just have to live because of a lot of people around me. And then I came to a point that it's about time that I want to bring back my life, go back into where I want to be. So that is where life coaching comes in. And I'm just so happy that I found this Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs because I find my home, right? And I want to pursue this life coaching professionally because for me, it's let's make life easier.
Mhm.
Let's help others live a healthier, happier, and a life that matters.
Mhm.
Because you matter, your life matter. You have to choose you first. Yes, and of course, to top it all,
Yeah.
it's okay not to be okay.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, and okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Yes, and that's
I
it.
love that. Like, oh my gosh. Whenever everybody why keeps evolving. I do want to tell you
Yes.
that because I be trying to drill that out of you in certification. I think I asked y'all about 4 or 5 times, like, what is your real why? And I know that you really don't discover that until you begin the actual journey, right? And it's almost like there's this little voice that stays in your ear because you really be wanting to kind of like go back to the old you, and it's like, no, it's the awakening of the soul. It's the transformation of the mindset. It's the posture now that you have, and it's the like the revitalization of the heart, right? So all of the things that you said that you know how you affect change in the body. And that's the reason why I said Coach K and I were having a discussion, and because we were getting the information ready to roll out about the ambassador program. And I was talking and I was like, when you're talking to other coaches, you can always go into this like really profound place, right? Because we always kind of talk on that level. And that's the great thing about, talking to people who are alive and aware and, living in awareness and reflection. And I said, life coaching is the holistic alternative to mental health. So hearing all of this really confirms what I've said about coaching and how it offers the holistic alternative to living a better life, to facing your fears, to comforting, no, what is the word? Confronting, right? Because all of the cons like went into my brain. Confronting all of our limited beliefs and truly just releasing your mask and saying, I no longer have to live for my mother and my father. I no longer have to wonder, like where I come from or, if I'm worthy or if I'm valuable or, because I wasn't raised by this person and this person, all these people who's supposed to love me. Because in coaching, you really learn that the self-love that you need and all of the resources that you feel that you don't have, like that level of incompetence that you feel that you don't have, you really have it. It's all within. And this is how we really help people to restore. Like coaching help you to restore everything that you feel you lacked before you came into the profession. So all of the secrets that you felt like you had to hide, coaching teaches you that your story is your most powerful, superpower that you can share with somebody. Like before coming into the profession, you felt, worthless and hopeless. And, even if you're still in a struggle, there's like a sense of hope that you get. Like when you come into coaching and because you know that if how you talk to yourself and how you treat yourself today can become your tomorrow. So no longer sitting in your worries and your sadness and your woulda, shoulda, coulda, but it's taking action every single day because what we do today is our future. And I think Coach Tamasha said that. And so really, y'all, all of that is my why. Like all of that is my why of why I'm still in it, 15 years later. It's the reason why I give my time and I serve in our community and I serve in communities, around the world, is because I know that if I could share this gift with somebody else, it could truly save a life. It could better a household. It could make a better mother. It could really make a better father. I'm talking about dysfunctional ass households that I save every single day that were so dysfunctional. You wonder why everybody in the household isn't dead. Like how do you treat a human being? How do you treat a human being that you say that you love and you're supposed to, be the provider and the nurturer and the protector, but we treat each other like garbage, right? Yeah. And it's because we've been so programmed that, I don't know, like, this level of love that we want and that we crave, there has to be so much suffering behind it. And then we want everybody to walk around in kumbaya, right? So coaching saves lives and coaching works. Okay. So I do want to say, because I don't talk about it very often, but this is those of you who are not familiar with life coaching, this is a book that I'm a part of. It's a bestseller author's book. It is called How Life Coaching Can Improve Your Health and Well-Being. And my chapter that I wrote in here is really how life coaching can save your life. It's not about my life. It's about how life coaching can save your life. But there's so many other stories about great life coaches. There are about, I think, 5 or 6 authors or something like that. But it's a great read just to understand what life coaching is and how it really can help with mental health. And so you can get this on Amazon. There it is right there. Take a screenshot, do something, because I'm not going to be typing all this in, but it's on Amazon. It's a bestseller on Amazon. It's also a bestseller on Kindle. And you can get it and just read some of the stories from some of the coaches. And I can't wait to do this for us in the Institute. I can't wait for the Institute, which we will be doing very soon. So be watching out for that email, where we do a book collaboration with one another and truly share our greatest whys, to just help, get that information out there to make the world a better place. So thank you, coaches, and happy International Coaching Week. You were all so amazing. All the coaches on Sunday, hopefully their jitters are out. So you see, this is just a regular conversation, and it's not about what people want to hear, what people need to hear. And I think we made that point today. So before we leave, I want each one of you to give me your power word. Not just your power word, but your healing power word, that when you speak it, everything in your life, you just know that everything in your life is better. Okay, so ponder, right? So when you're frustrated, when you're in fear, when you're feeling you're incapable, when you're like, oh my God, and worry, how I'm gonna pay this next bill, blah, 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 boom. What is that healing power word that you speak that captivates your soul, your mind, your heart? It gives you that posture to know that you can show up no matter what and continue to move on. So let's go.
I got mine.
Okay.
Okay, so my power word is no. No meaning no, you cannot have my mind. You cannot have my peace. If I said no, I mean no. And so sometimes I'm having a troubling day, or I feel like I'm getting into the sunken place, or I feel like part of me wants to regress back to old habits that no longer serve me. I had to take a second and be like, no, the enemy or bad energy, bad juju, whatever it is trying to come in and invade, and we're not having that. So mine is no. I gotta choose me. I gotta choose my peace. I gotta choose my mental health, and anything that is tries to jeopardize that, gotta go.
Love it. No. So you on the other end, that's a power word. It is a complete sentence. Okay. Who's next? Come on through.
Okay,
Come on.
I'll go.
Okay, Coach Mel.
Okay, I always say this to myself: you are worthy of love and respect.
But
So
what's the one word? What's
no
the
matter what
one?
happens, yes, you're worthy of love and respect. So if you accept that and own that, no one, no person can belittle you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So,
I
so
always say that to myself because, yes, coach.
can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay,
coach,
okay,
I
okay,
can hear
okay.
you.
Okay. You had faded out on me, Coach Mel. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. So that's it, coach. Always think that you are a person worthy of love and respect. So you will see your value. If people are not treating you well, it doesn't affect you and really won't put you down. Of course, when we hear people saying negative things against us, it makes us feel bad. But we do not dwell on it that much because we know our worth. And
Mm.
because of that, we know how to value other people as well. So we are living a happy and contented life. That's always my what I tell myself, Master Coach, and people out there.
So
See
that
your
so,
worth and own it.
okay, worth. So worth is the power word.
Yes, Coach.
Okay, got it. Because y'all know my brain go 1,000 miles per hour. So I was just like, did I miss it? Worth. So no and worth. Okay, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
My word for me is enough.
Mm,
Enough. Yes, both used as an adverb and as a pronoun. So I am enough.
okay,
I
English.
myself is enough, and I have
Mhm.
enough. I have enough of the BS. I have enough of those nonsense. I myself is enough. That
Mm,
word.
mm,
Yes.
mm.
Yes,
And I
yes.
just love how she
Yeah.
said yes.
Enough.
Enough is enough. Okay.
That's where we are.
So no worth enough. And what's next?
Take us home, Spine. Take us home.
Oh, is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So my power word is awareness.
Mm.
And Master Coach, I'm not sure where I got this nugget from, but I know that it was during recertification and it said awareness heightens your ability to produce. So when you are in
Mhm.
full awareness, when you are aware of what's going on around you, within you, mentally, physically, listening to your body, um, pushing away the procrastination, not being a slave to the time, and being in full awareness of what is going on, that will heighten your ability to produce and be productive. And I definitely have to remind myself of this, because, hey, I have moments of stagnation as well. But that awareness will bring you back to the center, to the
Mm.
alignment. Yes.
Mhm. Not being a slave to time. That is good. So, no worth enough awareness and Master Coach Desiree.
Mine was no.
Hers was no. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yours was
Yeah.
also. Oh, yours was no. So, I'm the last one. It's my time, right?
Yeah, it's your
The other
turn.
master
Okay.
coach.
So mine
Yes.
is shift.
Mm.
Oh,
Shift.
shit.
Because I can literally say that to myself and cause a whole dynamic shift, like in what I'm thinking, how I'm not moving, how I should be moving. It really, it does something to my frequency, and it just makes me feel alive. At first, I was like, oh, maybe my word could be alive, but it's really a shift in consciousness, a shift in awareness, a shift in reflection. Like when I say shift to myself, it's like, LaKendra, get your shit together.
Yes.
Who are you to be mediocre today? We're not having that over here. So the shift, once I say shift, it raises my frequency on its own. I don't need help. I don't need help doing that. You know what I mean? So these power words, y'all know, to our listeners, know, write them down, right? Make them make sense to you and use them purposeful to drive whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish tonight in life. Know, which is powerful. Worth, powerful. Enough, it's powerful. Awareness and shift, all powerful healing words that can really activate your mind, body, and soul and get you back on track. And that's it, y'all. We did a great job. I am so honored. I'm so honored that each one of you chose the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. Those of you who you're tuning in and you want to learn more about the Institute, if you know any of these beautiful coaches on here, you can reach out to them. And if you don't know them and if you resonated with them and you want their services, you can go to Global Coach Entrepreneur on Facebook. So at Global Coach Entrepreneur, you can find us and you can message us and we can connect you with them. But I will be posting individual poster boards of them and whatever workshops that they have coming up. So if y'all have a workshop that you'll be offering, make sure that you send it to me so I can add it to your poster boards. But we appreciate all of your hard work. This is really was for in celebration of you for International Coaching Week. And if you want to learn more about becoming a life coach, please visit www.globalcoachentrepreneur.org. And all of the coaches who are tuning in, thank you so much for being on this journey with us. Without your support, it's really hard for us to, continue to elevate and just across the nation, because your voice is a voice in my community, our voice or voices in your community, and this is the way that we can bridge the gap into certifying 1 million life coaches and truly creating an all-inclusive world where healing is like number one. Healing is number one. So thank you so much, ladies. Y'all just stay on and I'm going to end the broadcast. Y'all send us some love. Peace, love, and blessings. Have a great rest of your Saturday there in the other side of the world. And have a great night. Y'all can still get your boogie on here in the U.S. Bye for now.
You got this.